Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I had complete slow in my thoughts of returning back to town and trying to figure out where I was heading to. I'll probably cut that. Anyway, yes, trust. Here we go again. Betrayal and predators. Yeah. It's like very hot. I don't have any air conditioner in this new vehicle, so don't mind the profuse perspiration. It's healthy. Alright, so trust, trust yourself. Don't trust everybody else. Don't put much trust into anything anybody tries to promise you fresh out of sobriety. Do not put your trust into any relationship for like at least the first 90 days. Like, you really need to take that time to just be you, be alone, know where you're heading, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do and achieve and see and believe, right? Trust yourself not to do sobriety for the wrong reasons. And even though they may be noble with intent, and you may follow through with them, and there's a good possibility that as time moves forward, things change, and or sometimes people's meant well and they want to see you succeed and they want to be there with you and all that, but they cannot commit to you at that point in time. And would you expect them to? I'm not saying you're a bad person, but until you can work on your shadow work, and you don't know what shadow work is, just basically all the dark things that have haunted you. I mean, would you like to go out to dinner one night? You got this really, really awesome girl, and right before you left, her dad said have her home by midnight, and if anything happens to her, like, I've got multiple shotguns, pigs, and land. Like, no, you don't want that to happen. And you go out, and I don't know, like, you rip somebody off or whatever the case is, and they just had a bad day that day, and instead of being able to just like talk about it grown folk style, they're ready just to daggone get buck and somebody gets hurt, and she was just an innocent bystander and has no idea what it was about or whatever, like just putting other people at risk. First 90 days, I don't advise it. I can say that it's good to have somebody there to support you, for sure. And very much so, somebody that you like, somebody that knows you, somebody you can trust, that you can trust. But, just try and take everything at face value initially. I've had many people, whenever I was getting sober, like, oh man, I can get you on to work with this person, that person. Like, you're so eager to, like, get to work and be busy and, like, prove everybody wrong that's doubted you. And, you'll start calling them or whatever, and they were just being nice and, respectful or whatever. And, like, giving you that hope is good, but it's dangerous because, myself at least, when I did these type of things, first getting sober and learning a lot about myself and others, because man, I have like a fairy tale view of what reality is and what I think people are supposed to act like, and it's the complete opposite. And like, old saying, like, treat people how you want to be treated. Like, yeah, that's not necessarily the case. People are going to treat you however the hell they want to treat you. And the ones that really care will show you respect and kindness and, be generous. But we're easy to say yes. Like I said before, it's easy to say yes all the time when you're high and enjoying yourself and you're pushing those emotions and feelings and traumas and all that stuff down. Like, you're open-minded, like open for everything. You're happy-go-lucky. Everything's an opportunity, really, for mistakes and trouble and all that. But when you get sober, you learn that, like, your tolerance for ignorance, bullshit, plummets bad. mean, we're talking like Enron bad, like way down below baseline zero. Like we're talking like negative 100,000s. Yeah, like I am sometimes the biggest asshole, and unknowingly, not even trying to be, but it's just like being blunt, and you have to be direct, and you have to set boundaries, and you have to stick to those boundaries. And when you do that, the people that were around just because you offered something to them, you were beneficial to them, only having a relationship with you solely based on drugs, you will soon see like these things are like a crazy freaking blizzard coming right at the beginning of spring, and we thought that winter was over. I mean, your flowers freeze up, the petals fall off, they're gone, never to be seen again. You call on them. You could have gave them whatever the case was, fronted them this, being nice, that they were having a bad day, you know, none of that shit fucking matters when you need it. I'm here to tell you, I've done it. I've literally done it multiple times over, every time knowing I'm gonna fuck myself, I'm gonna regret this, even though I don't have any regrets, because it just, you know, it's like drawing that line in the sand. You either cross it or you don't. However, if people know that you're getting sober or whatever the case is, and they can get one more thing out of you, they're gonna get one more thing out of you. God, yeah, that one, that triggers me in a whole different way. Like, it angers me, and I don't like getting angry at all. I don't like to. I do get angry. I've calmed down a lot, because like back in the day, man, I'd be quick to fight. I don't talk shit. You sit there and run your mouth. Just be what it is. But that doesn't do any good. So, learning how to deal with these sort of situations in a different way. If somebody owes you money, you lend it to them, you didn't have it to lend, shouldn't lend it. Same thing goes for any fronting of narcotics. You know, if you can't afford to lose that, you can't afford to pick up the ass end of that tab, because I mean, shit, 60 out of 40 times they ain't gonna have it tomorrow, and if they do, when they come back, they're gonna want something else, because now they had to come out of pocket on that. You know, I ran that game too. Whew. Yeah, sorry, this is a lot of thoughts and ideas maybe you haven't thought of. Maybe you have, I don't know. I hope so. Hope maybe there'll be other ideas. Somebody come along and tell us what your triggers are, how you cope with them, how you look at the world now when you meet new people. Do you meet new people? You know, what is the basis of you meeting new people and trusting, carrying on, or being in a relationship post X amount of time in sobriety and recovery? I mean, like, these things fascinate me myself, because that helps give inspiration to keep pushing forward. Well, hey, that hasn't happened yet, but it will happen eventually, as long as you keep on doing what you're supposed to do. Like, fulfill these goals, and in time, dreams will come true. I feel the universe works in mysterious ways, man. And it's not like The Secret, but it is a secret. Oh, let's see, okay. Betrayal. Yeah, like, when you get sober, you realize that you probably have betrayed a lot of people that you normally would not have done the way that you did in a normal frame and state of mind. Meaning that it's not necessarily a free pass to just be a complete fucking asshole and hurt anybody that you want to, because, well, I'm on drugs, I couldn't help it. No. To a point you can, to a point you can't. But there's a fine line of what do you call it? Acceptance and responsibility, accountability. There we go. Like, you have to become accountable at some point in time. I know some people that were really bad off on perks. I mean, like, they're the #1 victim at all freaking times. They could legit stub their toe in the door frame, going to check the mail, walking on their own feet, and somehow God hates them because they stubbed their toe, or I told you to move those shoes. Like, the shoes didn't have shit to do with you stubbing your toe. That was just an accident. But, you know, I'm just using those kind of lighthearted examples. I mean, it's bad. Like, and then there are times where, like, yes, you are a victim of unfortunate fucking shit. And I mean, I couldn't imagine. Like, I have some shit, but movies, if art imitates reality, and, you know, nothing is really original, there's some real fucked up shit that's happened to a lot of people in this world. You know, it's like why I feel I've never met a stranger. And I don't know them, but I could only relate. I would like to know how, I like knowing how people dealt with certain things. I have this, what do you call it, analogy, I guess, basically. Like, I don't look in the rearview mirror when I'm driving because I already know what's behind me. I already came from there. So what I do, though, is glance. Like, I don't just stare in it and drive. You know, you can't do that. You'll crash in front of you. But you glance back and forth, side to side. Don't bring the past back up. You're not going to put that car in reverse when you're going 60 miles an hour to back up to see, well, why'd they do that? No, no, no. You look in your mirrors. You recall those situations, experiences, and feelings, and how you dealt with it then. Is it something that you could deal with the same, or could you improve on it, or just do it differently, you know? So, yeah. Betrayal hurts, it sucks. I betrayed somebody very, very close to me, and, like, if I got to Osiris and, you know, the underworld, and my heart was laid against a feather, and the feather weighed more than my heart, it would be because of something I honestly cannot remember. And it sucks that that is even possible. And I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like something bad could have possibly happened, but I cannot confirm nor deny. So, you know, I am taking a major loss on something that is potentially pretty serious. I mean, that would not have been me in the way that it has been stated. That's what's most important. Like, take responsibility for shit that you did. But if somebody says you did some shit, and maybe, like, not even the instance I'm talking about for, you know, the heaviest thing on my heart. Two heaviest things on my heart. But, like, you stand your ground, though, man. Like, if somebody says, like, for instance, I had somebody saying, like, you get your heroin and your needles and get the fuck out. Like, first off, no. I don't use needles. That shit is not okay, because somebody that has this idea, and a lot of that has to do with who you're hanging out with. Remember that? Remember that? You become who you hang around. You want to be a millionaire? Go hang out with millionaires. You know? You want to be a rapper? Go hang out with rappers. You want to be a skateboarder? Go hang out with skateboarders. You want to be a piece of fucking shit? Hang out with pieces of shit. Even if you're not. Like, just guilty by association. Certain individuals were using intravenously. I am not about to do that shit. But I'm also not about to have my name brought up in any type of third-party conversation that I can't defend myself, and whoever's saying such don't even know the truth. That's not going to fly. So if that's a thing, you approach those tactfully, and don't let it go by with not saying anything. What is it? If Pain Were a Person by Moneybagg Yo, he says in there, I was trying to remember exactly how he says it. Pain Were a Person. Alright. I'll tell you how to deal with these people today. You gotta pull up on them and apply pressure, because they cannot deal with it. And that's the truth. everybody's keyboard gangster, everybody's, you know, third party, he said, she said in front of your face. Oh, that was actually, no. I'm here now, motherfucker. And it ain't gotta be confrontational, but shit. Don't just let people say, run your name through the mud like that. Hell, we've already been through the mud, and damn, if you like me and you lucked out and you ain't got no felonies, you ain't got no criminal record like that, thank God. I mean, the last thing you want is 5 years down the road, some random person gets hired that happens to be cousins to somebody else, and they say, how'd you get a job here? I thought you did heroin in your arm. That's not something you want 5 years down the road and done forgot all about your past and making a new one, like. So yeah, think. Whew. People are quick to throw stones in glass houses. They're quick to throw mud on your name to cover and clean make their own shit look clean. Which will bring me to my next point. But first, I need a break for 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh no.